Hello, good morning, and welcome everybody to the first webinar in a long series of webinars, hopefully, that's going to be going on here. My name is Omar McAdam, and I am part of the team here at Faith Online. And today, I want to show you the most epic live streaming kit in existence for churches, as well as introduce you to our platform, which will help you take your message further by providing you with a lot of great digital tools to help you engage with your congregation. Now, today is going to be a little bit of a mixture. We're not going to come up with these traditional slides and presentations and PowerPoints, etc. Everything is just going to be you and me, these cameras, and I'm going to show you how to do everything. So if you hate PowerPoint presentations, don't worry, there aren't any coming up. And if you love interactive webinars where you can ask the questions, where you can get the answers that you desire, then you're going to absolutely love this. So a little bit about myself, first of all. My name is Omar, originally a Londoner, and I have over 15 years experience in live streaming and broadcasting, over 20 years experience in the technology sphere, and together with Faith Online, we've put together this kit to be the ultimate live streaming kit for any church, for any faith organization, to be able to live stream without the headache of having cables installed, without the headache of having to pay thousands upon thousands of pounds to get semi-decent quality. It's all very easy to use. It's absolutely can be set up in 10 to 15 minutes on your first time, and every subsequent time you reduce that installation time down to just a few minutes. So I'm going to introduce you first of all to the platform. Now, as you can see on the right-hand side, you will have a chat window. Feel free to go in there and just type any messages that you want. There's a separate tab for questions. So if you do want to ask a question, then feel free to put it in there. Questions will grab my attention more than just within the chat room. And then from there, I can directly address your questions and provide any answers that you have. So feel free to just go in at any time and put in the questions. And again, I will address them as soon as I notice them. If at any point you feel that I am going too fast, once again, come back to me and just say, hey, Omar, can you please slow down? Or can you repeat this point? And of course, there is always a recording of this, which will be made available to you once the webinar is over. So good morning to everyone. I really hope that this Friday morning has been a blessed morning for you. I hope you've had your cup of tea or your cup of coffee, whichever one is your flavor in the morning, and you're ready to learn about this. Good morning, Mark Jacobs. Hi, everyone. Looking forward to learning more today. Every blessing, Mark. Thank you very much, Mark. Well, I hope that we can really introduce you to this. As I said, for over 15 years, I've been in the live streaming game, and I am blown away by what this kit can do. And I'm going to show you on screen right now so you can actually get a glimpse of what is included in the kit here. So when you order the kit from Faith Online, we give you everything that you're going to need, including a bunch of small, just kind of screw adapters, just because there's always some screw which needs adapting to something else. There are tripods included, but unfortunately, it's a little bit too big to kind of put over my desk, so I can hold it underneath the camera here. But we will take you through everything one by one. So the star of the show is the Mevo camera. We, Faith Online, we are a Mevo partner and reseller. And so we really get to take advantage of all of the features of the Mevo, as well as get some insight and some input into the features that they are planning. So this is the camera itself. And as you can see, in terms of its profile, it is extremely slim. Now, why did we choose this camera? If you're in a church, you don't want to have a very large camera which takes up a very large amount of view. Just for comparison, this here is a typical smartphone. And if I put them side by side, you can see the difference in width. For those of you who like measurements, I have my little measuring stick here. So if we take a measurement there, it's just about 35 millimeters wide. So when you have this in your church, somebody could be sitting behind the camera and it won't be too obtrusive. Again, now if I switch my camera over to the main one, if this is here, you can see that I can still see you very clearly and it doesn't block any of the view. So a absolutely non-obtrusive camera is absolutely key for ensuring that you have a very good and kind of connected experience for those who are at home, but also for those who are attending in person. So this is the star of the show. Again, I'll lay it on top of the phone there so you can see. For those of you who are interested, this is a Huawei Mate 20 Pro. So it's about the average size smartphone from, I believe it's a model from about a year ago. We also include a phone mount. Now, this phone mount we'll show a bit later on why it's beneficial, but the phone mount will allow you to mount your phone and attach it to a tripod to be able to view your feed. Now, the Mevo does not have a screen on it, and so you can view the feed via an app, and we will go into all of that a bit later on. Let me turn this off just so it doesn't keep strobing for everyone. And we include a wireless microphone kit. Now, again, all of these components are absolutely top quality components. This phone holder is made by Manfrotto. Manfrotto is one of the top manufacturers for tripods and camera accessories. Their average tripod goes for about £400 to £500, and they are used across the video and filming industry. So this is a very, very reputable manufacturer, rather than supplying a cheap, very plasticky, very kind of, it's going to break in about an hour or so. And then we have the Rode microphones. Again, Rode as well is a very high quality manufacturer coming out of Australia. Just notice, might be a little bit off your screen there. But Rode, again, produce professional grade equipment. And we chose their wireless microphone system as a very dynamic microphone system. We will go into more detail when we come to connect everything together. We also include a lavalier microphone for plugging into the wireless microphone system, and a beautiful ball head which will sit on top of your tripod, and it will just kind of allow you to rotate or re-angle, reposition the camera to whichever degree you like. Now, we provide a comprehensive kit. So included in the kit is even a USB micro SD card reader, and we also do provide a genuine 128 gigabyte micro SD card, which should be good for about 13 to 14 hours of recording on the Mevo camera in full HD. So again, everything that's here has been selected to provide you with the best possible experience using the best possible equipment. Now, we've spoken about a lot of the stuff on the table here. And of course, the other side of our offering is the platform. And we have built up a software platform providing the best tools for churches to be able to provide digital worship. We provide simultaneous live streaming where you can stream to both YouTube and Facebook at the same time, as well as streaming on our own platform. So if you don't want to stream to Facebook or YouTube for privacy or security concerns, you can also stream just to our platform and people can come and visit the stream there. We provide event booking, which allows you to coordinate how many people are coming to the church, so you can register in advance and track and trace in compliance with whichever regulations currently exist or whichever regulations will be introduced down the line during this current situation. And one of the greatest features of all is that you can stream to a phone line. So any members of your congregation, if they don't have the internet, they can still call in using a traditional plug-in-the-wall phone line and hear your live broadcasts and hear your sermons. As well as on the phone line, you can record separate messages, and it effectively works as an IVR or a voice menu system. So you can configure it with up to 9 options, each one having separate audio, and of course, you can also put in your live broadcasts into there. We have got feedback from a lot of our customers that this is an absolutely invaluable tool for the people maybe who are unable to come to the church building or don't have the internet and still want to take part. Perhaps it's older members of the congregation and they haven't been able to come to the church for a couple of years due to health concerns or health issues, and they are ecstatic to be able to still take part in the church. So this is generally all of the equipment. We do add in a lot of additional screws and adapters. There is an audio adapter right here as well, which will allow you to take the output from a PA system and send it through to the microphone system. Is that Mr. Packer? I'm not sure, Reverend Tim. It's good to have you here. Welcome to the webcast. So, once again, this is the star of the show. And again, in order to ensure that we have the best system and easiest to use system, we don't want complicated buttons. We don't want a million knobs and dials. We don't want everywhere where you can kind of plug in a different cable and get confused. The Mevo is very simple. You have a power button, you have an audio input, you have a charging port, and the micro SD card slot. There is nothing else on this device apart from the screw on the bottom, which allows you to attach it to a tripod. There is nothing else on this device. So again, it's very, very easy to use. It's very, very easy to set up. Now, I will go into setting it up and getting it working very quickly on this live stream. We do provide full training videos. So just as right now I am explaining this to you, we're currently recording, so we will eventually have approximately 10 hours of training videos, which will allow you to always go back and check out all of the details of everything that we speak about here today. But before I start to talk about this, I'm going to make my life a little bit easier and make it a little bit easier for you by mounting it on the tripod. So here's the top of my tripod. I can show you very quickly here. This is a high quality tripod. It's also designed to be as unobtrusive as possible. And it packs away quite small. Again, using my trusty little measuring stick, I can check the exact dimensions for you live here. So it will come in about 55 centimeters in its folded form. So again, it's quite small, quite light, made of magnesium and aluminum. And when it's unfolded, the traditional tripod, the legs come significantly higher up. This one, oops, if I don't bump the table too much, the legs are quite low, and it's the upper parts which extend out. So if I just get this a bit level, there we go. Then we provide the ball head, again, which I'll just screw on very quickly here. And on top of the ball head, then the camera can screw in. There we go. And now you can see the benefit of the ball head will allow you to adjust the camera angles, tilt, just get the perfect shot for whatever you need. But I want to explain to you a few things on the back. So I'm going to turn it around like this, and we can go ahead. One of the things that I mentioned was that it's one charging cable here, and everything in our kit charges via one single type of cable, and that is Blue Peter style. Here's one I prepared earlier, USB Type-C. So most modern smartphones now use USB Type-C, as well as most Mac computers and iPads. And hopefully, if Apple decide, the next iPhones will use USB Type-C as well. So this is one type of cable that will charge everything that you get within the kit. Above here is our audio input, and this here is where we would plug in the microphone receiver, and that's it. There's already an SD card inserted in here. Just to save a bit of time, instead of opening up another package, there's the micro SD card, and it simply just goes in like a traditional SD card into any other device. And that's it. Now, there is, of course, the app, which I will show, but before we get into the app, let's switch on the Mevo. So to switch it on is simply pressing and holding the power button. It will make a couple of beeps, and it has a small startup self-check sequence where it will go, make sure everything's okay with the camera, check that everything's going on. From the front side as well, the light flashes. There's a small light down here. It illuminates green when it's ready to go live and illuminates red when it is live. So if we just wait for this to start up, and then I can continue on and show you the app. So I'm going to get the app open on my phone over here. And let me switch my input here to be on the phone. That should have changed over. I do apologize for this. That explains why. That is an error on my part. There we go. This should now start to work. There we go. So as you can see here now, we have the phone app, and it says to switch on the Mevo, and it has found the Mevo. And you can verify if you have multiple Mevos, which is an option. Each Mevo has a serial number underneath the cable here. As you see, this one says 22 Golf Lima Foxtrot. And if we come back now to the phone, we will see that it has detected 2 cameras. Which is not the correct camera. It's just about to pick it up again. While that is going, if we come back to here, at the top of the Mevo, you can see there's 4 lights. Those are the battery level indicators. So that will allow you to see from a distance the battery level on your Mevo, rather than kind of having to always open up the app and check it out. And finally, the app has decided to work. So this is the Mevo, this is the camera, and this is the app. And this is how you would control a lot of the great functions and features within the Mevo system, and how you can get it working with Faith Online. So I'm going to overlay my camera here so you can see me in the bottom left-hand corner. And if I click connect, and as you can see now, you can see my friendly duck up there on the left-hand side. And this is now the video feed from the Mevo as it's being shown through on the app. So if I take up my phone and hold the app up there to the camera in the bottom left-hand corner, you should be able to see how this is going. Now, the Mevo system has some great benefits. It's not just a full HD camera. It also has a slightly larger image sensor, which means that you can digitally zoom in on the camera. This little box in the top right that I've just tapped on and is expanding now, this here is the output. This here is what would be sent or broadcast online. And this blue box here is actually what framing you select within the camera image for you to broadcast. So you can zoom in slightly. It is a digital zoom, and we do advise certain settings to ensure that we minimize the amount of pixelation or quality reduction. So this window here allows you to zoom. As well as zooming in that manner, you can save a shot. For example, if, let's turn it around a bit more, put it off to the side. And we're going to go like this. Just adjust it slightly. Perfect. So if I want to say that this shot here, I'm going to drag down, click on the plus symbol. That is now saved as a shot. And then there's another shot down here, which would, for example, be a wider shot. So you could have 2 saved shots and instantly just switch between them by simply tapping on the screen, and it will instantly go to one or the other. And if you have a look at the output window up here again, you will see how it just quickly changes the output that's being sent to everybody on the live stream. And it works fantastically. A lot of our customers use these, for example, for having a wider shot, having one shot of the altar, having another shot of somebody somewhere else where somebody may be speaking or talking, and another shot, for example, of the band. So Everything can be controlled through the app, but one of the great features is that the system also has autopilot. And autopilot will essentially just switch between the shots that you have saved automatically. So if you look at the output window up there, and I've got my hands over here, and it's currently just switching between the outputs completely automatically, and giving a more dynamic viewing experience to everybody. It's slightly intelligent in the sense that it will try to detect where there is movement or where there is audio or where there is something happening, and it will try to switch according to that. But at the same time, it's never going to be as intelligent as a human being. So once you get it set up, you could effectively leave this, go and do your service, go and deliver your message, and the camera will automatically switch between the different views that you have set up. So you don't need somebody to sit there the whole service on their phone tapping something. You just set it up in advance and you're ready to go. I'm going to stop this autopilot. There are additional features. There's one called Live Follow, which I am a big fan of. If I am speaking publicly on a stage or at an event or something, I like to move. And it becomes the bane of any cameraman's life, because as I move, he has to reframe and he has to kind of follow me around. And so it becomes a little bit funny when I kind of walking very fast and suddenly switch and, you know, change my stance, and they have to readjust the cameras. The Mevo has a follow faces function. So all I did was just simply tap on my face. And now as I move around, if you keep an eye on the output in the top right up here, if you keep an eye on my output, you will see that it's just tracking me. And it's automatically adjusting the camera to always be focused on my face. And even if I move fairly rapidly, it will still catch up. Obviously, if you're Usain Bolt and you're sprinting 100 meters, it probably won't catch up with you. But for the majority of us, it will do absolutely fine. So this is part of the Mevo system. We do currently use the Mevo app for our system, and we are developing our own app, which will add in a lot of additional benefits above what the Mevo system does. That is due to come in approximately Q1 2021. So probably February or March in 2021. We've got Mark Jacobs here asking, how long is the battery life? That's a very, very good question. So the battery life on the Mevo is approximately 5 hours of streaming. So you do not need to charge it every hour. You don't need to charge it every 2 hours. You might not even need to charge it every service. Again, everything in the kit has been designed to make your life easier. So the microphone systems, they last about 10 to 12 hours between charges, if I come back again here. So the microphone systems, the transmitter and the receiver both last between 10 to 12 hours. The Mevo itself will stream for approximately 5 hours for recording only, because you can also choose to just record on the Mevo. The recording can be a little bit longer, up to about 6 hours. So it's an extremely long battery life. If you have an event, an almost all-day event going on, the Mevo can handle it. And one of the best things is that if you do have an extremely long event and you want to use the Mevo for a long period of time, if I get my cable that I put away earlier, you can use any USB battery bank, plug in a USB cable, plug it into the back of the Mevo, charge and use simultaneously. So theoretically, if you have the camera plugged into a wall outlet, you could end up streaming indefinitely. Our platform will handle it, YouTube will handle it, and the Mevo will most certainly handle it. So depending on how long you want your service or stream to be, the Mevo will handle it. Right, so that was a very quick look and introduction into the Mevo camera. For our audio transmitters now, again, a very quick and brief introduction. It comes in two parts, a transmitter and a receiver. Now, the transmitter itself has a beautiful built-in microphone at the top here and a separate 3.5 millimeter input for either a lavalier mic that you can plug in or any other type of mic level input. It's important to note that it's a mic level input. You can't plug this into, for example, the output from your amplifier, but it can work with a headphone output on any mixer or amplifier. And then there is the receiver. And the receiver has a very beautiful display here, which shows you the battery remaining in the receiver, RX, the transmitter, TX, as well as the signal, whether it has signal with the transmitter, the audio level that's coming through on the microphone, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And there's a small volume adjustment, which can be done by depressing the button on the bottom, which will allow you to just kind of change over the volume level if it's a little bit too high or if it's a little bit too low. So the transmitter, for those of you, again, I know a lot of people like to know, with my handy measuring stick, I can put it this way around so you can see it's extremely small at just above 4 centimeters, about 43 millimeters in both height and width. And this can be clipped on to anywhere you want. And because it has a built-in microphone, you can still transmit the audio wirelessly to the Mevo camera. And these are great quality. If you have line of sight, you can go up to about 70 meters in distance. They are a 2.4 gigahertz frequency transmission, so they are not susceptible to kind of radio interference, or if you have additional mics in your church who are using UHF or VHF, it's not going to kind of interfere too much. And it's an encrypted signal if that is something that you have as a concern. Again, high quality, very professional grade equipment. There's a lot of accessories as well available for these. Now, the way that we recommend using these is that the receiver should be plugged into, bring it in shot here. The receiver should be plugged into the camera, just move it over. And the transmitter, you can either have clipped on directly, or you can plug in a lavalier microphone and have the lavalier microphone, which again, we include clipped onto yourself. Or if you have a PA system, which is on and active at the time that you're streaming, you can take a headphone jack from the PA system, and we provide a second red coiled cable. Unfortunately, I'm currently using my one for these purposes. So you have we provide a second one, and you can just take any headphone output and plug it into the transmitter, and it will send the output of your mixer and PA system to the camera. So it will allow you to get the best possible audio feed for your live stream. You don't need to worry about echo, you don't need to worry about feedback, you don't need to worry about installing a whole new audio system. Whatever you have, it can take an output from there and just send it through to your live stream to provide the best quality audio experience for your viewers. So all of these all together, they build up the ultimate kit for live streaming from churches. And one of the most spectacular things is that a few months ago, when churches were out and looking at getting live streaming kits, they were being quoted thousands upon thousands of pounds. Oh, you need a DSLR camera, and then from the DSLR camera, you need a capture card, and from your capture card, you then need a laptop, and from your laptop, you need an Ethernet cable, and from your, and the story goes on and on. And a lot of churches were finding that it becomes overwhelming to have 500 points of failure, things that could go wrong, or things that you have to go and research and find all of the individual components yourself to try and cobble together a solution which you're not certain is actually going to work. And so we put together this kit to remove all of those pain points. We put together this kit based on years of experience, based on years of understanding of the technology, based on great equipment like the Mevo, to provide the most affordable kit to you. On the screen now, you will see the current pricing for the kit is $957.60, including VAT. That includes everything that I've shown you here today. It includes a lot of bundled accessories, screw adapters. We even include a little bit of Velcro because, believe it or not, in the video industry, Velcro is absolute necessity so that you can mount the microphone to your tripod safely without it kind of like, just always sitting there dangling, kind of maybe, I don't know, hypnotizing someone behind it. So it's definitely a comprehensive kit with everything you will need. And the greatest thing of all is that you will get a lot of training and support along your journey. You will get access to the video training guides. You will get access to all kind of equipment. You will have a virtual installation with me as well, where after you've looked through the training, then we will sit down together. I will answer any of your questions, provide you with some final hints and tips on how you can get started and ways to improve your stream. As an example, right now we have a customer up in Scotland who got their kit last week, and they have been streaming since they received the kit, but unfortunately their current PA system had some issues and some trouble. So I was working a lot with them to find the best ways to integrate their current system with the cameras. Now, if you go and you buy stuff off of Amazon yourself, you're not going to get this level of support and training and quality, again, backed by 15 years of experience in the video, live streaming and broadcast world, and over 20 years experience in the technology world. So without a doubt, this is the best possible offer out there, but don't take my word for it. Go and look at it yourself. Go and check out reviews for each of the components yourself, and you will see that this kit will allow you to stream in beautiful quality with a very, very low pain amount. There's no headache, there's no complications. Everything is wireless, everything is battery free. So if your church is a listed building, you don't need permission from the council to drill a hole to put a cable going through. And everything can be packed up and set up in less than 5 minutes once you've done it a few times and you're more used to it. That is the live streaming kit that we have here. And if you have any questions about that, again, you can visit our website, faith.online, and you will find a lot more information on there about the kit. And you can also contact our team to ask further questions and get further clarification. So we've spoken a lot about the kit, but now we need to see what else is there. And that is the tool that we mentioned at the beginning of this webinar. That is the Faith Online platform. Now, we have built and we are still building the Faith Online platform to be the only tool that any church needs. In there, we include a lot of great functions in response to the coronavirus situation right now. And a lot of our customers have been using Faith Online during the situation to still be able to connect with their congregation and provide worship services to their congregation throughout this whole situation. So we have received so many messages of gratitude, so much feedback, people who are members of churches contacting us and thanking us and praying for us because we have built this service that allows them to still connect with their church. And it's such an important thing to maintain in these current times and in future times as well going forward, to still always have an avenue open for people to connect with their church without having to be within the restrictions of only being able to physically attend. And based on that, I shall now share my screen, which should be right here. Not quite the right one. I do apologize for that. Let me switch that back before we end up with a bit of a headache from the, what's it called? The Infinity Zoom system. Let me quickly try that again. There we go. Safari. Here we go. Welcome. I knew we'd get there in the end. So this here is our website, recently updated as of 6 p.m. yesterday. So if you haven't seen it recently, be sure to head over. There's a lot of additional great new information on there, as well as some new quotes, some new features, and we will talk about them all very, very quickly. And I will also give you a demo. So our platform is the key thing, and the platform allows you to do simultaneous live streaming to both YouTube and Facebook, as well as if you want it just on our own platform, so you don't have to share it out publicly to the world, you can also do it that way. You can also send the video stream down the phone line, so you can simultaneously stream everywhere and reach anyone, and your members of your congregation can call into your phone number, and they will have a menu option to listen to a live broadcast, and they can tune in here. You have event booking, which allows you to manage attendees for events. I know quite a few churches right now have kind of sign-up sheets as people enter, or they have a WhatsApp group where people have to send a message and say, hey, I want to attend the Mass on Sunday. My name is so-and-so, and this is my contact details. And these are all to ensure that we are complying with the current regulations around being able to track who was where, and to be able to notify people if they may have come in contact with somebody who unfortunately has coronavirus or COVID-19. So we provide this here, and very soon we are going to be launching one of the most epic donation systems for churches in the UK. We currently have a whole list of features that we're building up to be implemented, including creating separate campaigns to be able to, fundraising campaigns to, for example, be able to raise money specifically for a new roof or for an event, as well as general fundraising, recurring donations, and of course, supporting gift aid out of the box, because we know how much additional work it takes for churches to go through the gift aid process and claim everything back. So that there is our donation system. I will not read directly off of here because that becomes very boring. I'm sure you are all capable to read by yourselves, but I will highlight some things. The phone system allows you to create an IVR menu system, which again, I think we mentioned earlier, you can record whatever kinds of messages, sermons. We have some people using it for a message or a passage of the week as a separate menu option, or a thought of the day for another menu option. So your congregation can call up at any time and choose to hear the message of the week, and you can record a 30-minute audio clip or a 30-minute message where you share some wisdom or you share some blessings with them. Then we have the event booking, which also I will show you a live demo of it. Everything is GDPR compliant. We are always looking out for you again, so there's never any need to worry for those things. And our beautiful donation system will be coming very soon. So let's log in, and I can show you the interface and how it is. So this is the current version of the interface. As you can see, if someone can please confirm that everything is showing up correctly for them, and that they can see the full screen, that would be great. Just to make sure that I'm not going to end up talking and something is off the screen, I would appreciate that very much. Yes, looks great. Thank you very much, Mark. So this is your dashboard, and here you can actually see who has called your phone number. The total number of calls and the average duration. So this will allow you to better connect with your congregation and connect with your parishioners, to work with them to develop a better digital worship environment and content for them. We use a lot of statistics and analytics to help you improve your overall digital church experience, including in the streaming. We track the amount of minutes, etc. So this is your dashboard. This is a new account which I have set up called Faith Demo. So that's why there are no calls here currently. But if we come to stream, this is where you have an event calendar. And here you can create as many events as you wish. And to show you how easy it is to make, I will create a new event here. And we will say that this event will start on Sunday. We can take it as an example of this is a Sunday service. It starts at 10 a.m., ends at 11 a.m. I will quickly type here, Sunday service. And you can add in a description. This is our Sunday service. You can add in an event description. These toggles at the bottom here are just related to the streaming, and when you come to do your training, we will take you through them. If you click next, you can choose where this event will be and how it will happen. So if you are going to do the event in your church, you would tick in-person event, set your capacity limit, 20 attendees. You can say your registration closes 1 hour before, and then you type in the address or the location. I'm going to select Willesden Green Station, which was my local station for many years in London. We will also select the phone stream, and I have already pre-configured a menu option for live broadcasts. So now when people call in, if they click on option number 2, they will be able to hear the live stream. And I also want to stream to YouTube. Once I click next, I can send email invitations to specific people. So for example, if you have team members or you have someone on your team who is in charge of sending out a newsletter, or somebody who's handling the Facebook, you can just put their email address in here, and then it will send them an email invitation, which will allow them to basically go and view the event and share the page. This is how the page appears to you inside of the Faith Online system. You can see all of the details of your event, how long is left, check and verify your locations. You can see who has registered to be an attendee for this event. And of course, afterwards, you can track your analytics. Now, this is just your view, but you always get a beautiful link which allows you to share this event with your congregation. So if I click on preview public page, it opens up that link, and now this is what they will see. So as you can see here, because we set it for an in-person event, they can then go and register for the event. Again, capturing the correct data that you need in order to comply with the regulations. First name, last name, a contact phone number, and an email address. The email address isn't directly required, but it helps us with being able to contact in other ways. So if we create here just Oscar Wild, and we put in a phone number there, and it always checks to make sure it is a correct phone number. So you see here, field must be a valid phone number. And then we'll put here an email address just to add it into the notifications. I have registered, and it says you have registered for Sunday service. Someone from your church will be in touch with you soon. If we come back here now and we click on attendees, you can see 1 interested. And then here you can say, okay, this person, we will approve them, we will move them to the waiting list, etc. So based on how many people you have selected as your capacity, you can then kind of see here we have an approval, 0 out of 20 people have been approved. How many people have been invited, which is when you send out the email invites. And the waiting list is if you have 20 people approved and you still want to add more people, you can put them on the waiting list. That way people don't have to worry too much about kind of, can I go, I can't go anymore, etc. Mark Jacobs is asking, is this all GDPR compliant? It is indeed. This is absolutely 100% GDPR compliant. And if they decide to change the GDPR, we will change it. And we are always active here. We have a full team of developers, engineers, designers, a whole massive team working almost every day on this. So if there are any changes to the regulations of what we need to track and trace, etc., we will also update the platform as soon as possible. You won't get any kind of response like this. It's not like when Microsoft released an update and 3 weeks later people's computers are still crashing. None of that stuff. We are a quick, fast, and dynamic team to be able to provide, again, the best possible service for you. So we moved Mr. Oscar Wilde into the approved list, and you can check him in. So once they have arrived to the church, you can have somebody either standing there with a phone, just checking people in. What is your name, sir? Oscar Wilde, thank you very much. Check in. Please go inside, use the alcohol to your right, and exit through the second door. Or you can also have that people can just almost semi-autonomously kind of arrive and check themselves in. You can also alert the congregation of the status. You can receive a report for the event here, which will allow you then to download compliant reports. Again, everything is according to the compliance. This in itself is an absolute blessing of a feature to have. I know a lot of people are doing it with paper, pen. You got to bring your own pen, but what if somebody forgot their pen at home? But what if, and what now, and you only have 10 seats, but 20 people turned up. So this is a beautiful way for you to be able to do that. And then again, you have a public page that you can share on Facebook, YouTube. You can put a banner outside of your church, and every organization, every organization here has their own separate page that allows all of your congregation to see all of the events that are coming up and to see everything that is happening within the church. If we go to the next week, we will see the event that we just created. So they can always regularly go and check on this absolutely public page over here with your logo will be up in the center here. They can see all of the upcoming events. They can say, okay, I want to register for this event. For that next event, I will click on it. Okay, I want to just listen in. And the third event, I want to just watch it on YouTube. If we come back now to the platform here, that is essentially the event booking system. And it's absolutely spectacular for managing everything about your events. And we have a lot of additional features coming, such as private events, meeting rooms, which is a kind of Zoom-like functionality rather than a live stream. We have people currently using this system for kind of Bible study groups or evening messages or an after mass gathering, for example, on a Sunday at about midday. They have a tea and biscuits get together for the church. So there's a lot of additional features and a lot of uses which can be made out of the platform here. This is the event system and the event functionality, and trying to remain conscious of the time and aware of the time. I will quickly go over some of the additional features and then we will open it up for questions here. So if you do have any questions, you can start to prepare them and we can go through them together at the end. Studio, unfortunately, I have to click don't allow, otherwise Safari will try to take over my microphone and camera that I'm using right now to speak to you. So here, if you want to stream to an event, you don't need to have a dedicated streaming software and camera, etc. If you decide not to take the live streaming kit, you can still stream using your webcam and built-in microphone. So as you can see here, you have a choice of the webcam, or you can use streaming software. Right now, there are no events scheduled to start soon, and so it gives you the option to create a new event to go live now, or to load a future event. So if I click on load a future event, we want to go to the next one, and then we can click on go to studio. Again, I will click do not allow, just so you can still hear me. And as you can see down here, it has loaded in all of the information about that event, and it will start streaming to that event as soon as you go live. Now, one thing which some people have been asking us about recently is how does our system interact with Facebook? How does it interact with YouTube? So I'm going to show you very quickly here now. Whenever you create an event in Faith Online, Faith Online will automatically create the event in Facebook and on YouTube. Our Facebook integration is coming soon, so that will be done in the next couple of weeks. But as you see, we created an event earlier called Sunday Service. This is our Sunday service, and is scheduled for the 13th of September, which is Sunday. So we never created this in YouTube, but I never created this manually in YouTube or Facebook, but the Faith Online platform will automatically schedule in everything in those platforms. That means that if your congregation or parishioners follow you on YouTube, they will see the notifications and it will come up in their feeds when you have created the event. So you never have to worry or stress about these things, and it will always take the same title and description that you have programmed in, so you never have to copy paste anywhere. Or have any worries about that. And unfortunately, I just closed my Safari window, so we can bring it back up there. So that is the studio. It allows you to stream via your webcam or via streaming software or the Mevo. The phone system allows you to create different phone menu options. As we said, it was an IVR style system. You choose an extension number, you give it a name, and then you can choose the first audio, which is the message that you want them to hear. To listen to our service from Sunday, please press 3. They will tap 3, and then you choose which audio file you want it to play. So if I quickly discard these changes here. Interesting. I don't know why. There we go. So you can see here I have opening hours, and the opening hours is going to be opening hours for extension number 1. I will also not allow, and then you choose from the recordings, and it just goes through, and you can see here are all of the recordings that we have, or I have already made via the platform here, and where they are related to. So this is something that a lot of customers have been using and absolutely love. If we move on to the media now, you can also manage all of your media files in here, depending whether you go with the free plan for the platform, which has some limitations, or you go with the full plan. You can get up to 100 gigabytes of data storage online here for both audio and video files, which can then be used in the phone system or in the studio system. And you can always manage, download, delete, and upload your own files from here. You can simply upload, give it a name, select a file from your computer and upload it. And last but not least, we have your user profile. So I can quickly change my user profile here. If I come back down to my images, pictures, and I choose my profile picture, this will then be set as your public profile picture. So in essence, your logo, and this will go onto your public viewing page. So right now it's there. And if we come back to this page here and we refresh, it takes a little while sometimes just to resize and adapt the images, etc. There's also additional ones here for your organization profile, or that is technically where I should have put the logo. I do apologize for that. So you can put your logo, you can put your organization name once this is finished processing. There we go. And if we put organization name here and we put demos, we'll just put demos for now. Save our profile. Got to put in a few more information here, which is just the phone numbers. 822022. There we go. And now if we save the profile and refresh the page here, you should see the church name or the organization name and your logo appearing on this public page. So that is everything related to here. We have integrations, managing your own billing as well, and various integrations, and there's a lot more coming on. We've had quite a few great suggestions from people for integrations, and so this is where everything will be applied. That is it for the platform. Again, we have a lot of great features which are coming up over the next few months, including the spectacular donations, including a lot of beneficial and additional tools such as meetings, such as scheduling messages, integrating with your mailing list, integrating communication tools, a lot of additional things over the next few months that will allow you to really take your digital worship services to another greater level. So the platform for everything, the streaming, unlimited streaming, unlimited phone minutes, 100 gigabytes of storage, comes in at $32.50 per month for an annual plan. So if you want to pay monthly, that price increases to $39 per month. And just to recap again, for the live streaming kit, comes in at $957 inclusive of VAT. That includes everything that we spoke about today. We do have optional kits for lights if you need some additional lighting. We do also have an optional kit for additional cameras because you can have multiple cameras together as well. And again, we have a lot of customers who are using the kits currently. So if you'd like to go to our website, you will find some links to various places. For example, we can come here, view some customer streams. As I get permission from various customers, we add them into this playlist here on YouTube for you to be able to see examples of how it's going, the quality of the cameras, etc. So if you are interested, then please get in touch. You can always find us at faith.online, the website. There you will find the links to contact our team. If you have any questions right now that you want me to cover here, then please feel free to ask them and I will do my absolute best to answer them for you. If you have any general questions about live streaming as well, be sure to ask me here. Another amazing resource which we at Faith Online are building up, which will serve to benefit many people, is our blog that we support, churchonline.co.uk. This is an independent resource which is sponsored or supported by Faith Online. It's free, open advice. It's free, open resources, tips and tricks on how you can provide digital worship, live streaming to phone lines, how to start a mental health support group. And these are all, they have a lot of active articles being written, how to make your church website more accessible. And these are all free, public and open with no strings attached or anything. And we just want to ensure that you can provide your congregation with the best possible services to ensure that everybody can connect to their faith, can connect to God during these times, to ensure that everybody can access and feel welcomed and integrated into everything that you do, and to help you ultimately take your message further and allow a newer level of compassion and interaction with the congregations, regardless of the current situation or any future situations. And this is why we are here. And so if you have any interest in learning more about a lot of things that we've spoken about, such as what are the types of microphones, various technical things for live streaming, or ideas for how you can implement great things into your digital worship system, then be sure to check out churchonline.co.uk. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you, Reverend Tim. And thank you as well, Simon. Thank you, everyone else who has joined today and who has posted comments. We will be providing a recording of this webinar to you, and we will also do subsequent webinars down the line for specific features of the platform. But I thank you for your time today. I thank you for your attention. I hope you have a blessed Friday, and I hope that over the next few weeks and months, you can amplify your message and reach new people and capture them and touch their hearts in ways that have never been possible before. So that's it from me. Take care, and I will see you at some point in the future. Or if you wish, you can always send me a message, Omar at Faith Online. I'm happy to help. But other than that, take care, and we'll see you soon.